Okay, guys, so this is the only chart you really need. If you want to, sometimes we talk about so many different things in trading, and somebody new has a very hard time understanding, well, what should I be focused on? Like a new trader will go and they'll study like 50 different indicators and they're going to try to apply them, and they'll just get confused because every one of them points to a certain thing. It just, if we're to just put it in a nutshell, hey, what do you do with the fucking market now? This is it. This is the only chart you need to follow. Forget about all the indicators. Forget about all the news. Forget about all the bullshit everyone's talking about. This is it right here. This chart tells you exactly what Bitcoin will do almost on day-to-day basis. And this chart tells you, after what we've witnessed yesterday in the market, this chart tells you exactly what the stock market is going to do next. So I'm here going to break it down to you in 5 minutes. You're going to know exactly what is going to take place next. What is the next move? So let's take a look. For those of you that don't know what this chart is, it's a chart of Bitcoin. Blue and red is Bitcoin, and green and orange, it's S&P 500. And that's dating back to December 2017, January and February 2018. And basically, we've nailed the Bitcoin top. You know, we've predicted that it's going to keep dropping. We said it's going to drop to 34, 36,000. And I've revisited this a little bit, and I think we're going to hit 30,000 right here on Bitcoin, okay? And that's going to be at some point in the next 2 months before Bitcoin is going to take off again. Now, it does not mean that in the next few days it cannot go higher. So if we're to break down the day-to-day basis, right? So we launched the ETF on the 11th. I'm recording this on the 20th, but yesterday was the official close of the trade day, so Friday was the 19th. But if we're to calculate where Bitcoin closed yesterday's in relation to the 2017 data, basically 2017-18, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're right here, guys. If you're wondering how to trade Bitcoin, you know that if you're a part of the paying member alert group yesterday, you've gotten a message in the alert group saying, hey, we're reversing Bitcoin puts, okay, because we are right here. So we went to the 40,000 level on Bitcoin, and we couldn't break it. So the next move is here. This is what Bitcoin will do for the next 2, 3 days, 2, 3, 4 days. Yesterday we had this. So over the weekend, probably a little bit of a stall in action, maybe trading between 41, 42. Then it makes a move higher. So chances on Monday, okay, Bitcoin's actually going to be in the green. And the market's going to get a little bit of a relief. Well, shit, thank God. Okay, Bitcoin found a bottom. Everything is fine. It's not going to drop anymore. This is the point to fucking buy. And we're going to wait till Tuesday, and we're going to pull the trigger, and we're going to short it, as it's going to look to everyone else that the worst on Bitcoin is over. It's going to make another bounce, and that's going to be your shortable bounce, because utilizing the historic analog, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, potential 4 to 5 days lower, after which you're going to get a stronger run higher. So if we're to match the current Bitcoin levels onto this historic chart, basically we almost touched 40 yesterday. I would say this number here is going to be 42.8 to 43.2. And once we're going to get rolling over 43, it's going to look like the worst is over, and possibly Bitcoin's going to hit like 43.2, 43.3, and that's when it's going to drop. This 3,000 point can make you some decent money, guys. So it's going to revisit the level that you've seen yesterday on Friday, 19th, January 19th, and then expect a pump that at that point, when it's going to make this double bottom, everyone in the world is going to be like, man, this is it, double bottom. Now we're going to double down on our positions. It's going nowhere to the moon. That's the only where it can possibly go, and it's going to look like it's actually going to try to do it, and it's going to exceed the level we're going to set in the next few days, probably by like 1,000, 2,000 points. So at this point, we're looking at like 44, 45. Woo! The whole world celebrating, okay, Bitcoin is fine, everything looks beautiful. And this is when the real downward spiral in Bitcoin begins. So this is going to be your ultimate short, and I invite you to sign up to trade this with a 13 market moves coach, because this is the trade that's going to pay a ton. Because from here, the bounces, as you can see, the drops are, the size of the drops is substantially higher than the size of the bounces, and it is almost an uninterrupted pattern for about 30 days that gets you to, if we're to, these numbers are estimates, right? So I'm using this historic analog back when Bitcoin used to trade between 20,000 and 6,000 here. So in our view, this downward spiral here would represent a drop from 45 to 30. And so when it hits 30, that would be your ultimate point, because from there, the move is going to be real. From there, the move to the upside is going to be real. So we're not talking about Bitcoin hitting 30,000 by the end of the year. We're talking about Bitcoin getting somewhere to the 30,000 range in the next 30, 45 days, okay? Most likely like 30 days. So all of these next two bounces are tradable opportunities on the short side. And that's Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at S&P 500. Again, this is the green and orange. So the lesson here is clear. In 2017, 2018, okay, look, this is a shocking how close this historic analog is actually running. And the reasons why this historic analog is so shocking is because it's got the same type of catalyst. So the shocking part is the fact that the market moves kind of like it did in 2023 in the last couple of months, nothing but higher. And then comes 2018, and a ton of things could happen. But the one thing that's driving the market in 2018 in January is what? It's the tax cuts. Trump is lowering corporate tax. Well, what is the theme right now in the markets? Biden trying to save his presidency, potentially trying to improve his chances for elections. He's trying to put together this $70 billion package, which part of it is tax cuts, okay? Part of it just free money to people who got a bunch of kids, okay? So basically, this is what the market does next in January of 2018. Yeah, there's some down days, right? There's some down days, but overall, it's just a straight shot. Look, on this tax thing, market goes exponentially high. Look, there's nothing but green candles right here, right here, right here, okay? And then it continues. Green candles, green candles, green candles, okay? And that's, okay, getting closer to this stage of the chart, okay? We're seeing some bigger size red candles, right? We're seeing some red candles until the day when the market falls. And guess why this happens, okay? I'm telling you, this historic analog is absolutely fucking shocking. So the reason why the market drops here in 2018 is because, okay guys, so if you just go Google this, just Google January 2018 market highs. There's a bunch of articles, okay? Most of them were published like after January 2018 because nobody saw in January 2018 you had corporate tax cuts by Trump. Market just could do no wrong. Like it just kept going pretty much higher every day until this happens. And what I'm saying, this is about to happen. So the market possibly can go higher another week or two, but based on this historic data, based on this historic chart, guys, if you just follow what this chart is doing, you're going to beat the market. That's it. Because the sentiment is going to run out of control. I'll say in the next week, 2 weeks, the sentiment will run out of control. And it's going to be the greatest shorting opportunity of all times. Guys, 8 days, the market's going to erase all the gains that it has accumulated from November last year. So there it is, guys. Couple more bullish weeks, possibly may not even that bullish, because look, based off this historic analog, there's some oversized red candles right here. And on this particular day, hey, looks like this happens. on the same day when what happens? When Bitcoin breaks what we consider here an equivalent of a 40,000 range. So just remember, when Bitcoin's going to have that big sell-off day, it's not going to be today, tomorrow, or Monday, right? I just explained what Bitcoin's going to do. But there's going to be a day in the next 10 days where Bitcoin will break the 40,000 level, and it's going to coincide with this big red candle on the S&P 500 as well. So this could be your first indication, your first move expansion date where S&P 500 could drop by more than 60 points. But promptly within the following 3 days, it's going to recover. Keep going one, like 6-7 days higher after that, and then it's over. It's done. Okay, so this is basically, guys, if you just focus on this chart, you're going to beat the market. But as far as your day-to-day trading emotions, your ups and downs and the lows and the wins and losses and all this shit is gonna overwhelm an average trader. And what I don't want to happen to most of you, or I don't want this to happen to any of you that have been following the channel, that have been trying to study the charts, 13 market moves, wait, the 13 market moves. I don't want anyone to miss this. I don't want anyone to miss this day of entry, because the sentiment is going to be so bullish, is going to be so overwhelmingly bullish that unfortunately, no matter what my wishes are to our followers, some of you will miss this because you will let your emotions on the way. I had a new guy sign up yesterday, and he's like, man, Leo, this is too, I mean, you guys, you cannot let your emotions run wild when you trade. Put your emotions aside. Just focus on this chart, execute as an AI machine, which, by the way, next two videos, we'll talk about these AI machine range-bound market. But I think even with that, okay, it's not going to stop the market from breaking like it did in first few days of February 2018 is where this drop happens, right? It begins actually like the last couple of days of January 2018, and then the market does this, it continues dropping basically every day in the beginning of February for like the first week. And then we actually got the reversal. You see this, after this, the market reverses again. So it's not like it's going to be a crash, it's going to stay. But basically, if you miss this 8 days, I don't want any of you to miss these 8 days, because this is what could set you up. I mean, you nailed this with the 13 market moves coach. Okay, you listen to what 13 market moves coach is telling you to do here on this day, where everything inside of you is going to be like, no, Leo, I'm not buying puts, no. And you listen to your coach, you buy puts. Okay, you're going to make so much money in these 8 days of drop that you're going to be positioned, okay, to outperform. I don't know, some of you guys traded for 3 years, 5 years, 8 years. I mean, I had one of the guys that signed up yesterday, traded for 10 years. Well, he's lost $500,000 in the last 5. And I mean, he's this emotional guy who just like can't pull the trigger on the trade. So put all your emotions aside. Okay, just follow 13 market moves. It's going to be highly unnatural. It's not going to be something you want to normally to do, but what you do normally has already lost you fucking $500,000. So try something new. Okay. Follow the 13 Market Moves Coach program. Okay, stay with the program. Execute like a machine every fucking time. Not every trade will be a winning trade, but the goal right now, this is the holy grail of trading. It's coming. Don't miss it. But sign up now so you can at least, okay, get familiar with the system. Study the charts divergence course. Study the 13 market moves course, guys. Do all these things so you would be ready, so you don't blink. Okay? In life, you're gonna be faced with just a few moments of decisions that could turn your life around forever. And this right here, this decision that you could be making today, okay, could set you up to nail this before this happens. And it doesn't matter. Let's say you're working with a 50K account, okay? After this, you're looking to go into the rest of the year with a $1.5 million account, because this is from here, starting here at 50K, those 8 days. All right, I may go live and record some trades right here, guys, but you could be at 1.5, you can be at 2 mil, depending on how good you execute on these trades. So, and then guess what? How nice would it be? By February 6th, you're sitting on 1.5 mil in 2024, going into the rest of the year with a 1.5 million account. Now, that's not what I would recommend you do. I'd recommend, hey, take half out, transfer the money back in your regular account, pay off your house, pay off your mortgage, pay off whatever. And then, you know, some of you may have to trade for a couple more months to pay your house off, but that's fine. Not everybody has an inexpensive house around $700,000 these days, but you got a, you know, $3-4 million house, probably have to trade with 13 market moves for a couple more months after that. Guys, this is it. This is the great beginning that could position you for the rest of 2024 to trade like a rock star. So I want you guys on this move. I want you guys to profit huge on this move. I don't want anyone to miss it. And for that reason, guys, you've noticed I've been recording a bunch of videos about a whole lot of things that's happened in the market, because opportunities like this, they don't come often. So for those of you that have this mentality, well, Leo, but there's always going to be another trade. No, you don't get it. When you trade 0 DTE options, when you trade weekly options, this is the opportunity, okay, that sets you free. Okay, so for those of you that want to experience this freedom, okay, for those of you that be like, hey, you know how many calls I get? Oh, Leo, I'm working full time. Yeah, I'm making 150K a year, but I'm just not happy. But I wish I could just trade full time and that kind of shit. Oh, Leo, I run this Amazon business, but I fucking hate it. Okay, I just want to trade. Well, this is your fucking chance. You want to do that? This is it. You study the hell out of this chart, okay? You guys, watch every single video I'm posting right now, because there's an important message either on the macro economy, either on the chart, either on execution, entries, exits, strikes. I'm trying to give you a ton of free stuff. So if you tune in, you listen carefully. Correlations, guys, some of these correlations are going to come back to life. And you don't want to miss some of these correlation top trades we're going to be putting together over the next 2 months here. And notice, I didn't just say, hey, this is it. I also pointed out to you that in February 2018, we switched promptly here. I'm going to tell you exactly, guys, I have pretty sharp memory for charts and things. And I'm telling you, within this crazy moment in the markets, the first week of February, guess what Apple was doing? Apple was fucking collapsing. So back in the days, let me tell you a quick story. I'm going to wrap up the video. So back in the days here, so Apple was trading at $190. Oh, coincidence. Oh, holy shit. So Warren Buffett basically came in and he said, hey, well, I love Apple now. I'm going to buy the fuck out of Apple. So Apple has a really nice run up within that time frame going into this. And then as everyone's so, you know, bullish on Apple, everyone's buying, and then Apple does this, what the rest of the market does. Apple goes from 190 to like 150 within 7 days, okay? And nobody wants to buy Apple at 150, fuck. And what we did when the market collapsed right here, we bought the shit out of Apple calls. And within days, like literally 3 days, fucking Apple shoots from 150 like 165. And we owned thousands and thousands of those calls. So I invite you not just to trade it on the short side, but we will nail the bottom of that move. That 8-day drop is going to resolve in a move to the upside. So I invite you to the holy grail of trading, guys, the round trip. The round trip is about, it's almost in front of you here. I mean, I know how close it is. I can feel it. I can feel it with my fingertips. I'm ready to place these trades right now. And I want you to be on these trades too, guys. So This is the kind of drops we could see, and the goal is to catch the drop and the bounce. We're within 2 weeks. We're within 2 weeks of this. So sign up today. Go to 13mmtv.com. Sign up. Schedule a call. It all starts with a phone call. Talk to a coach here at 13 Market Moves today. Don't waste any time. You got 2 weeks to prepare your mentality, your emotions in check to be able to catch a round trip trade with 13 Market Moves, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Let's roll. Don't miss the big one. This is it, guys. This is your chance.